Yeah,
and longtime friend Dave 25 on the phone. This is an exclusive interview, and it's coming straight from the jailhouse. Now, what is today, Dave? What?
March 18th, 2026.
It's March 18th, 2026. Where are you at now, Dave?
You can hear the door closing.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. There's a lot of people that are running with a lot of rumors right now. A lot of people are saying you're doing this is going on and that's going on. Do you have anything that you want to say to your fans or supporters out there?
I do. I'm in the Hoos Cow. I'm up the river 3 squares. And what I want to say is, Mark, that I might be here till June 1st to fight, I'm innocent.
So how is this working? Do you want to explain about it, or is that all you want to say? I mean,
so someone lied under oath, and I'm being sued over YouTube.
Wow. You don't know who the person was?
Oh, I do.
You just can't say. Okay.
Yeah.
So how are they treating you? Are you being treated good in jail, or?
But before, no. There was gay gangbangers, and they were threatening to rob your shit, because I left the cell because the guy was a faggot. Not that there's anything wrong.
Don't use a hate speech, please.
You know what I'm saying? In Rhode Island, you can be homosexual and still treat you okay. But here, no, it's anything like that. In Rhode Island, one time there was a fight and everybody get down protocol, and I didn't know. And they're like, you gotta get down. Here, they're like, oh, you get paid, and you're gay. No, we believe marriage is, a man and a woman, not you're not lying with another man. And this guy was talking about how he got ahead, and it was so messed up.
So let me ask you this: are you scared? Are you scared? Have you asked them to move you to?
They moved me before I was, because the guy was gay and he was also in a gang. And when I said that, he got all of his boys to knock and step on my cell and threaten me. So now I'm safe, but before I was not safe.
Okay. Well, it's good that you're safe now.
Yeah, because of gay gangbangers in Worcester, Massachusetts.
Wow, this is crazy, dude. I can't believe all this has happened to you. I really can't. I can't believe.
Yeah.
PC, what does that even mean, Hunter?
I'm not in protective custody. I'm in a unit with 20 other inmates.
Yeah, so you're not in protective custody then. Okay, that's cool.
Steve Hill is in protective custody, and there was actually a fight there the other day. And they locked down where I was at before. I don't know if he's at this. If he is here, he was a block over from where I was at. But it's still dangerous, dude. I mean, there was a fight, and they don't care. It's kind of like they don't care. Rhode Island doesn't care. It's a big deal. You get more time. You get more charges. You get booked. Here, it's like they wait till it's done, and whatever. But they don't care. It's not good.
So have you, what is there anything going forward? Hey, Misfit, have you learned anything from this?
Yeah, not to say government names, this way they can use whatever against you. And, you know what I'm saying? But the thing that, all the stuff that's being said is not even true. I never, if I criminally harassed an individual, they did it ×2. If I did it ×1, they did it ×2, because they made lies up on me and my disabilities and my ex that I kidnapped and got with her when she was minor, which ain't true. And they said that, and the truth that he's lying on that.
I don't know, dude. I don't know anything about it. All the stuff that come out after you were arrested and incarcerated, people started coming out. Everybody's saying hi to you in the chat, Misfit Mafia.
So they're saying I called GPS, and when I hear that's what's being said on the outside from Buckley, I never called nothing. So there's just false allegation. I'm feeling like I gotta fight this for my viewers and stay here till June 1st. But is it really worth it unless I plead out for 2 misdemeanors Friday, then I get out and I fight the felony?
Well, I tell you what, you've ran yourself up awful close to time. Friday is day after tomorrow, Dave.
Yeah.
I mean, you're really in a fix, dude. You know.
I was admitting to something I didn't do. You know.
Yeah.
They're threatening me. They're like, oh, we might put you in a different block where it's unsafe.
No.
So, okay. So, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know if that's true. If they're just trying to make me feel uncomfortable to plead, it's very corrupt, and they don't care, and it's real bad. So I don't know.
Well, are you optimistic? Do you feel like you're going to be released Friday or what?
Well, they put me on a hold until May 30th. You can look up the date. It's a weekend, and so the first day of court would be June 1st, and that's if my lawyer can make it.
Wow, that's crazy.
You know?
That's a long time, Dave.
So, he said there's only a 5% chance that I could get out before then by fighting the felony and using that as leverage to fight the other charges. So, really, I'm looking at 3 months, dude, unless I admit that I did something I didn't do and let the corrupt Commonwealth of Massachusetts jam me up.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know what I do. I don't know if I don't think I would admit to something that I didn't do. I really don't.
That's what my dad's saying. That's what the priest said. And that's what you're saying. He said, the devil, that's Satan got you here. Now, God will use it for good while you're here. But he said, you need to fight this. You didn't do it. You're innocent. Why would you let these people, do this? You can't let them. He said, turn the other cheek. You're equal. You can't, them slapping you, they're also saying we're one another, and you have to use the other hand to palm your head, it's the whole thing. But I don't know, I feel like I gotta fight it more, but I can't. I'm already going through a lot without the weed, it helps me, and I'm having, PTSD over my cat and my sister for me. I don't have my cat when I get out. I get kicked out, Mark.
Yeah, so you're saying your grandma has told you now that you can't come back and you're just kicked out. You're in the street, basically.
All my stuff is with my dad.
Dang, this is crazy, dude.
As soon as I got jammed up,
listen, he's talking about you. No courage.
No nothing.
What a scumbag, dude. John Camillo has been dragging you, and putting him and Nick Abbott have been putting out a bunch of lies about you this morning. What do you got to say about that? I mean,
yeah, that's true. I'm really gonna fight this, but if any of my supporters, Howard Stern, Sirius XM, if any of them can somehow put money together to get legal representation for me, to get me out, that would be much appreciated. If you can literally get, anyone, whether it's WWE, I talk to Ryback, any of them to help me in this time,
Yeah.
It would be much appreciated.
Well, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, Dave, if it's already coming up on Friday, I don't know how you could get anybody to help you unless you got one person, like say David James, for example, he supports you, right? If you could get him to help you, because it's coming up Friday. I mean, I don't know. I'll know more.
You got the team lawyers information, Mark.
I know.
Now, like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but it's a public defender who works with them. And you know what I'm saying? But I asked to stay here because I feel safe here, and they're trying to say, oh, we might reclassify you somewhere else and put you where you're not safe. So it's I don't know, Mark. It's really I gotta get through this, dude. But I don't want to admit to something I've been do either.
Yeah. So you're saying that you're innocent from the charges. What happened? Can you talk about what happened, or?
Yeah, I'll talk about it. The individual lied under oath and said, Steve Code, is that true? Yes or no, Mark?
I don't know, Dave. To be honest with you, I don't know what all's going on. I tried to stay out of it because of my friendship with Sandy. I mean, with my friend, I have a friend that I'm friends with that's unrelated at all to this case, and I tried to stay out of it due to all that. I'm busy, dude. I'm like everybody else. I don't have time for all this, Can you give a shout out to Luna? Can you give a shout out to Luna and Jerry Vollmer? No, give them a shout out. They've been covering you. Luna's been covering you, dude.
I've never done anything to this guy. Hand to God, I never done anything to this person that's jamming me up. They say that I call CPS on I would never do something like that. Never. And alive, I did make a joke, but to do all this over a joke, to say, fuck yeah, call CPS. It was a joke for my show. Off air, that Steve Coate was in Discord, and he said, I'm going to do it. And I said, don't do it. I said, you will be in jail if you do that. I said, if you're going to say anything, tell the truth. That he showed up to your house and knocked on your door and is unfit, father. Because that's true. This individual came by my house, I believe, and held the horn. That's stalking. But yet I'm in jail.
Well, the chat, some of the people in the chat are saying that that's your own video conspiring to do it. See, I don't know nothing about none of that, dude.
No. So the Steve Coate one, he wanted to do it the whole time. And my show, I just have anyone up there, and whatever drama's going on, I just fed into it, yes, but I don't do that. Kid behind the camera accused me of calling CPS on him and his kids before. I don't do that. Are you kidding me?
Well, I hope to God you didn't do it, because they'll find out who did it if they want to get it.
100%. But I'm just saying, I don't do that work. I don't do that. But I'm being accused of so much harassment and shit that I made a joke, a comedy, in my podcast. I don't intentionally, Nelson Green lets people jam people up on his show. I don't intentionally. If anything, I'm fighting to just leave for peace and for people to leave motherfuckers alone and not go real life. Behind the scenes, I pleaded with Steve Coate, please don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do this. I said it was wrong, but he's mentally ill in that way where he's done that to Papa Grizz when he was alive. He called disability on him and he mailed it out for 4 people. And it's like, we don't do that. They do that, and for me to be falsely accused, why? Just leave motherfuckers alone.
Yeah. I mean, this whole thing has really brought up a debate between the whole community. I mean, you've got some people that support you. Like one of your biggest supporters, I don't know if you know it or not, is actually the Burke Show. He literally went on the asylum, I believe it was.
I heard.
Yeah, and was up there taking up for you and whatnot. But, have you learned anything from this? I mean,
for sure.
Right. So you don't need to be talking about people and their kids ever. Those people aren't on YouTube, Dave.
But I never really was, I never really was until I was attacked. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a misinterpretation that I have something to do with Steve Coate's call, dirty CPS call.
So basically, you're saying you're being framed for what something Steve Coate did, right?
100%. Again, like I don't have nothing to do with that. I mean, the judge should be able to see that there was an open, case for harassment that Steve Coate lost and is trying to jam me up. Like, me and him, I've never been his friend. I just had him on my channel.
Somebody named Brock Legend says that somebody's been lying up and down the streets on you. It's sad. This Brock Legend.
Drove by my house with Steve Coate before he got locked up. Remember, he left a coffee in front of my house with a marking that he bought by all his papers, and my neighbors called the cops.
Yeah, I remember that. You told me about that. That's been a while back.
In my state, they know the truth. There's no charges in my state. They know that this ain't true. They know that I never made this comment. Dude, if I'm going to say a comment, I'm going to say, I'm going to kill you in your life, But the comment, someone trolled me, but it was Ghost Troll on StreamYard, was Real Man 825. I'm going to dirt that you in your, I don't talk like that. That's not me. And there is literally a charge to commit a crime. I did not fucking do that. And I did not criminally harass no one. If it's anything about a victim, then that person should be charged at least 2 times over for criminal harassment.
Yeah.
What I've had to do from the individual. So I'm going to fight this, but it's very hard days left.
I just can't believe that you got to do all this by Friday. I don't know. It's
if I wanted to get out Friday, I have to admit I'm guilty of 2 misdemeanors that I didn't do.
Man, I don't know.
And then I would fight the felony from the street, But they're trying to jam me up like Turtle Boy Live. But you know what,
So this is a felony. You're telling me this is a felony?
Well, I don't know. What read your paper? What does it say? I guess you looked it up.
I didn't look it up. I haven't looked it up.
I'm not going to comment on it because I'm a weird fanboy,
Yeah. Now, is your lawyer the one? Because somebody told me that you put out your lawyer's phone number or doxed it out or something. Is that true?
Yeah.
Dave, you're gonna have to get up closer to the mic or something, Dave. You're cutting up, or you got your.
I gotta call you right back. It's 30 minutes.
Okay, coming back.
The caller has hung up.
Y'all are gonna hear this is the real deal. Dave is in jail in Worcester County, Massachusetts. He has a tablet of some kind that he's using to communicate. I think he has X amount of people he can call on the phone or whatnot, but he asked me to do this morning. I really didn't want to do it, but at the same time, I know a lot of people are curious as to what's going on and everything like that. Now, I want to be very clear to everybody that's listening. I do not support anybody that's calling CPS or messing with people's kids or that kind of stuff and going real night. I don't support it at all. It is, Luna. If you have any questions, if anybody from the side chat has any questions, I will ask them on the live stream. Okay, y'all listen.
Call from an incarcerated individual at Worcester County Jail. This call is subject to monitoring and recording. If you choose to speak beyond this point, anything you say may be furnished to law enforcement agencies, state and/or federal prosecutors, and may be used against you in a court of law. If this is an attorney-client conversation, please hang up and dial 508-854-1800 extension 2437. Once again, the phone call is being recorded.
Hey, Dave.
What's up?
Yeah, that sounds better. I can hear you better now.
Yeah, that's because the call is about to cut. Yeah.
So
I'm jammed up, dude. I'm jammed up for months over false allegations. Is it worth your freedom? And that's what I'm saying. Is it worth your freedom?
I don't know, Dave. That's a question I should ask you. Is this fucking YouTube drama worth your freedom? Hell no, it's not.
But then I would have to say I'm guilty for something I didn't do just to get out and fight the other thing, the other case now, and
yeah. Can you give a shout out to Luna the Ghost Destroyer and Jerry Balmer, because they're wanting to shout out. She's going to replay this on her channel, and they do have a couple of questions from the chat. If you can't answer them, just don't. And I'm not going to use anybody's name.
Just to prove I'm innocent, I will have to be here until June 1st, so everyone knows. I will, and then they'll release me back on personal precautions like Turtle Boy. But Mark, just say it, because you can say it. What is the other thing they're jamming me up for, like Turtle Boy, that you got jammed up for? The same thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to say nothing because I don't want to get involved in it in any kind of way. But now we got a question from the chat from Luna, and she wants to know if it's been hard for you since you don't have your marijuana or your takeout. The food and the fact that you don't have your medication. Has that been hard on you or what?
Not the food. They give enough food here, but it's the weed. Like my mental health. How it's been. Yes, and I'm like,
so
relationship from my past relationship, and like it's bad.
I don't think the viewers actually understand from what you told me when we spoke this morning briefly. I mean, we really didn't get to talk that long, but you've been through it since you've been in there. You had somebody try to sexually come at you. You've been threatened by these gangs and stuff, dude. This ain't good. I mean,
yeah.
Luna wanted me to tell you that Ernie Shell is being transported to Kentucky now. So Ernie's not going to be in jail a whole lot longer. You know, he's being
really, if people could come together to donate and somehow get the funds to get, my old lawyer. I think even if it's for this case, I don't know, dude. It's like maybe this guy can handle it, but my other lawyer said he would have handled it right from the beginning. And it's not being handled, unless I go to attorney.
Yeah.
But really, I'm gonna have to sit here and wait, and there's no speedy trial. It's corrupt. They're doing everything in their power to get you to admit to something you didn't do. Like by threatening you that they're going to put you with people that are unsafe, or it's just bad,
Yeah, it's horrible. I'm sitting here reading the chat. They're saying I'm next, blah, blah, blah.
Where I'm at, and they can't even give me confirmation. But hey, you can stay here, which they're really nice to let you know, hey, you can stay where you're safe, and right after 90 days. Instead, they're like, oh, well, no, we're going to reclassify it to where, they're trying to force you to plead to something you didn't do. This way you don't get fucking fucked up,
Well, this is just my opinion of what I would do. I wouldn't plead out to something that I didn't do unless, especially if it's a felony. You're saying these things could be felonies.
So I would have to plead out Friday. Two misdemeanors will get them to drop one and plead out for one. Because one of them is actually bullshit, when I make the comment. And the criminal harassment, if I criminally harass this individual, they criminally harass me double. They stalked me and showed up to my house. But really, they're falsifying evidence, which should be a crime. I called the cops in their town and tried to get my side. They never asked for my side, which I would be willing to do a recorded interview on everything, and I was not given that.
There's a YouTube user whose last things on their name is 85. I can't say her name, but because I'm scared that it'll get you jammed up more. I don't know if you got any charges coming up with her, but she's asking why you didn't take her advice and stop talking about so. I don't know. I got Spook Buzz in here acting like a fucking idiot. She's saying that nobody went to your house. And who are you alleging did that? I mean, I know that Steve Coke come by your house because I remember when he done it. I remember you telling me about it, how you left that.
The person that's shaming me drove by my house the same way they showed up to Steve Coke's house. So I'm really not going to plead out to anything, but my mental health is, driving me nuts that I get out Friday, and I really can't deal with 70 days. But I'm going to have to, but I don't want to, and I can't really do it, so I don't know what to do. And I pray the truth somehow to see that he's being played for a fool. They're going, online saying that I called CPS. This is all hearsay. Right before I got arrested, they said, "Oh, he's friends with Steve Coe," and they cuffed me. No cap. That ain't fucking sense.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you won't be harassed anymore." Really? When this individual showed up to my house and blew their horn, that's not harassment.
Yeah, I mean, but can you prove that this happened though? You got to have some kind of evidence for that, Dave. They're not just going to take your word on it. And
my baby was yelling out the window. He's not home. I was at McDonald's.
Your neighbor was?
I was. When my grandmother was yelling, he's not home, because I wasn't home. Hey, what is he going to do? Go in there and fight my fucking family? Elderly grandmother?
Now,
my grandmother don't want me there when she passes away. And she's about to die.
Did you? Oh, that's awful, dude. I hate to hear that. I'm sorry.
That's why she kicked all my stuff out. She don't want me there when she passes away. She said, "You want to be here with my body?" No.
Damn, that's awful, dude. There's a girl named Courtney in my side chat, and she's saying that you accused her of going by your house. Is that true?
Well, that's true, because I didn't know for the church. But now I know it was. and it wasn't her. She has called on their behalf, you know?
Well, could you apologize to her for accusing her of that, Dave? Because
I apologize, and I have no beef with her. And I told me I never spoke out during that Zoom hearing that is used against me for this case. I never did. So I'm gonna have to fight this. Fuck the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. They can suck my fucking dick. I don't give a fuck. I will go to a fucking jury trial because we the people will win in the end.
Lord have
I'm a
mercy.
Rhode Island resident.
Dave, you can't get bitter, dude. Don't let yourself get in a bad headspace like that, dude.
I'm not. But I just pray that Joey realizes, you know, what's really going on before it even gets to that. I'm gonna have to, you know, plead not guilty Friday and keep going. But it's hard for me, dude. You know, it's so hard with my problems, dude. I'm gonna try and get medication here. Maybe that will help. Until I can, you know.
This Courtney says that she tried to help you. She said that you recorded it.
I got no problem with her. I was streaming it, and to God, it was Ghost Michael McGuire in MST in California who went up there and said 225 is live. It was never to anything against you, Courtney. It was never against blank, and it was never against blank. And it was never against any of you. It was literally to broadcast Steve Coe publicly being jammed up, which he did deserve. I said for 2 years on my channel that he was going to get more jail time than me for falsely putting me in jail for 25 days. If you remember, I went live for saying that, and it happened.
Wow. They're saying, check this out. They're saying that you streamed the court sentencing of Steve Coe.
I did.
And allowed.
I did, but it was.
Hold on, let me finish, dude. You won't even let me finish what they're saying. They're saying that you allowed the panel to interrupt Courtney and while they were giving statements.
I never allowed listen, I never allowed no panel to interrupt. They joined up on their own accord on Zoom under the Commonwealth of Massachusetts website. They had sent me the link to the broadcast. I was on mute the whole time. My name was media.
Wow.
And I was on mute. I didn't even have a mic plugged into my PC. There was no mic even plugged in, Courtney. There was no mic even plugged into my PC.
What about this Luna the Ghost Destroyer and Jerry Balmer? Can we get a shout out to them from the Day 25 podcast? Seriously.
Yeah, Luna Ghost the Destroyer and Jerry Balmer.
There you go.
Courtney.
She's had your back through this whole thing. She's been covering all of it. You know, I'm sorry I don't have time to get involved in all this, but, you know, that's like last night. You know, I don't know if I told you or not. Bergs. Oh, my God, dude. Anyway, I was up till 6 o'clock this morning listening to him. So, you know, it's a lot going on, dude. It's just a lot going on.
It's all allegations on me, but I'm going to have to fight it. I'm going to have to fight it, man. I'm going to have to fight it, dude. I'm going to have to fight it.
So you are definitely telling right now that you're going to sit in jail and you're not going to plead it down.
Yeah.
Now, what if your attorney tells you to do different? Are you going to? So you're saying because of your innocence that you're just going to go ahead and stay in there because you didn't do it?
I kind of have to, Mark. I kind of have to.
Well, it's either that or you, according to you, you plead to something that you didn't do, you know?
100%. And so when I get out, I'll be 29, you know? So it's like, you know, whatever. My birthday's May 15th.
Yeah. Luna's saying that I'm having to pay for this call. Dave, if I'm having to pay for this call, you are done.
No. But Steve James, also, you racked up $900 on my Verizon bill. I think we can't even pay my bill now because I have to get out to tell them, hey, like, you guys promised to cover this because you said that I wouldn't be charged. They're trying to charge my dad $900 just for me to have my phone put back on. And my phone is attached with my YouTube and my disability, and it just got me so jammed up, you know?
This is crazy, dude. So you're saying that David James ran up a $900 phone bill with you?
Yeah, it was 2,000, but they dropped it down to 900, and they're saying we can't give you any more. But they said that I wouldn't be charged to begin with, with the bill, and they did. And they're like, I had a hard time wanting to pay it. When they told me, don't worry, you won't be charged. You can talk to your friends in Australia, no problem. It's included international calling. Because I got like a thing saying $100, and they're like, disregard that. Don't worry, you're good. And the next thing you know, it was like $2,000 in charges. So now they're like, oh, we want you to pay the 900.
Yeah, that's weird, dude. Well, David James, he's with Camilo. He's in Camilo's.
Yeah, because he gave me like 500, but he cost me 900. So what is it? What the fuck?
Well, be glad you got that out of him. I don't know why you didn't use something like WhatsApp or some kind of app where it didn't cost you money. But
yeah, that's a mistake, So I can get it settled, but I can get it settled for 3 months, and they might cut my number.
So let me ask you this: did you call him? You called David James, right? That's the only way they could charge you, right?
I don't know. They said either way, even if you call you get charged for it too.
Because he's from another country and you're taking the call, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But Mark, so I gotta handle all this shit.
Do you still have that money? Or have you paid it toward the bill?
I still got some. I got some money that you can use against the other lawyer if you want. But we need support. But I didn't do what's being alleged, and I can't plead guilty to something I didn't do, dude. Steve Cohen already got me jammed up with that other shit, remember? And that's going to be expunged. And my new lawyer, he don't believe me, but that's going to be expunged, which is why I want to fight this, because that's going to, I'm going to have a clean record in Rhode Island. Why would I have not a clean record in Massachusetts? It don't make sense.
Yeah. The chat's wanting to know, I know you said that you had lost some weight earlier, but I couldn't remember. Was it 18 pounds or 8 pounds?
Like 10,
You lost like 10 pounds?
Yeah.
Hey, Jamie, how you doing? Good to see you. Well, yeah, that's awesome, dude. That you're losing a little weight.
I don't know, Mark. I just wish this guy would realize what he's doing wrong.
I don't know. I wish y'all could have handled it before it went as far as it did, dude. I didn't realize, that the CPS was involved and all that, because like I said, I tried to stay at a distance from it. And I don't agree with that, Dave. I don't agree with calling CPS or no kind.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the swine. I don't agree with none of it.
That's good. You shouldn't, dude, because
if I wrote that comment on Dirtnet, I would tell you, and I would have said it from my main account, and I would use the word "kill" instead of that. I don't talk like that.
Oh, are you telling me somebody typed "Dirtnet"? Oh, I know who did that. I know who says that all the time. I'm not going to say it on the live stream, but I know 100% who did that.
Yeah, that's a ghost troll, but I don't know.
No. I'll see. I got receipts on it too. I'll show you because I screenshotted them and made receipts on it.
But the only way for me to get out of this, that person would have to confess that it's wet, and then that would get me out of jail. But they'll never do that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Listen, we got a question from the chat. It says, honest question. Have you learned a lesson? And do you see what you've done wrong? Your part in it.
My only part, I would say, is just because this individual made fun of me 2 times over, I shouldn't have responded to that in any way. Yes. The next time I just respond back and repeatedly lie, which is not true, as a joke. He was going through trauma from a real situation that happened. I get why he's mad. I fully understand it, but that doesn't change the fact that I've been included and have no involvement in it. To take it out on me is unfair because I didn't do it. But yes, I shouldn't have made up, continue with a lie just because I was too long to not with the life. So just because they said, oh, you're taking any disabilities, you kidnapped your ex because you up there when she was a minor. just because they made up lies that you know is true, don't give you the right to fire, you know? And for that, yeah. You know?
Well, you know, they say everything happens for a reason, Dave. You know, this will work out in everybody's favor if it's handled correctly. You know,
and it's just the individual for repeating a lie. But he should apologize to me for repeating 2 lies. Not that that's going to happen, you know. But that's the thing. I'm not for you to get yourself up falsely and put a cops and say that I'm friends with someone I'm not. I was as much friends with the guy as he was for showing up in his house knocking on the door. I would not do that. You know that. I would never go out and play the door. You know, but I'm specifically, you know, he really needs to fit for the team. Yes, I agree. You know, one of us are knocking the door. You know, I've been blessed by seafood. And my dad ordered Chinese food, $75, multiple orders, 3 in one day. Pizzas, twice. Pizza, the deluxe, the one from Domino's, Chinese food again. They had Asian night familial on the glass with a camera and my kids. Just from when I was living there up until the last time he was out. And he shook my dad's hand and said, "We'll never come again." He's running by my dad's house. There's a horde. Like, to say that I'm friends with that individual is crazy. But it's also to look up the tape. But the court tries to put me in jail. You know, so
damn, sound like somebody's spurting out in the background. What the hell's going on in there?
That's what I'm saying, dude. If I get food from here, I will have to bleed out. You know, but I don't want it.
Well, let me ask you a question. I'm going to change topic a little bit. How do you feel about Nick Abbott and Camilo up there with all these outrageous things that they're saying? None of them, half of what they're saying ain't even true.
I believe in freedom of speech. False witnessing it somehow.
Yeah.
It gave me enough 2 lies. You know?
Are you there, Dave?
Yeah, from here.
It's breaking up. The guy's screaming in the background a little bit. I think. You better get in your cage and lock the door. It sounds like he's spurting out or something. What the hell? They need to give him some medicine. Well, have you been getting your medicine? Have you been getting your nerve medication and all that stuff? Or
no, they don't give it here. Massachusetts and Rhode Island, they give it, I believe, but here they don't.
Wow.
I was taking it in Rhode Island, but they probably would send advice to this team. They don't give it to you. They're refusing to give it. So I'm fucked up.
Well, Dave, we're at 50 minutes. I'm going to stay live for 1 more hour. So if you got anything to say to anybody, any of your fans,
well, I'm going to have to call you back in 2 minutes because it's going to talk again.
Okay. Well, we'll just hang up now and you can call me back. All right.
The caller has hung up.
Well, this is interesting, y'all. I don't know. I know. Unfortunately, I've been in there before, Noah. Oh my God, this is crazy, dude. Y'all don't understand. I ain't even been live. I ain't even been on YouTube. I ain't even, really cared to even be on there. With all this going, Dave, I don't know. He's been talking to a few different people, but I know there's some people that he's not going to be talking to going forward. A lot of them are putting out misinformation. I'm going to say the King of Diamonds and Nick Abbott, Yeah, I don't know about everything they're saying if it's true. Yeah, let's give a shout out to Luna the Ghost Destroyer and Jerry Balmer, two of my favorite YouTubers. Woo! How y'all doing? How you doing? He did, Sandy. I think what happened is that Albert Dan and Tina was how I was talking to Dave on occasion, like twice, and I don't know, something, Albert blocked him or something, and he couldn't be on his call list. And so I reckon I've been replaced on the call list. But, you know, I'm not going to be able to do this every day for Dave. I'll talk to him on occasion maybe. But I don't know. I just hope he learns a lesson from this. I hope that everything works out good for everybody. And, you know, it's my understanding, and I could be wrong about this, but I don't know. But I heard that maybe there might be more charges coming down the pipe. I don't know. I think Dave has gotten the seriousness of it now.
Free call from an incarcerated individual at Worcester County Jail. This call is subject to monitoring and recording. If you choose to speak beyond this point, anything you say may be furnished to law enforcement agencies, state and/or federal prosecutors, and may be used against you in a court of law. If this is an attorney-client conversation, please hang up and dial 508-854-1800 extension 2437. Once again, the phone call is being recorded. To accept this free call, press 1. To refuse this free call, press 2. If you would like to permanently block your number from receiving calls from this, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Oh my God, he's still spurging, dude.
You said something about cops, the same thing with you, you know.
Yeah, Luna's trying to get a good voice clip of you because you break up every once in a while.
All right, well, Luna Goes to Destroyer. What's up? Thank you for your support.
There you go. Shout out from Day 25, straight from Worcester County Jail.
Luna Goes to Destroyer.
Shout out to Luna the Ghost Destroyer and Jerry Balmer. Shout out to Stew Pot, Stewie, Mexican Menace. Shout out to Spook Buzz and all the rest of it.
And I want to say something else too. It really ain't going to be that bad if I could stay where I'm at because they're treating me good here. But I'm just being like they want to push me out, you know. You know what I'm saying? To admit somebody. But they're saying that they're going to bring me to my wisdom teeth out too. So at least they're doing that, you know. So
really? That saved you a lot of money.
And no matter how. So everybody's different. They give you takeout trays, and they accommodate your disabilities better than Rhode Island. And if you want to stay the whole day instead of Rhode Island, they were going to put me in the psych ward for my injuries and mental health.
I think that guy in the background needs to be in the psych ward. Oh my God!
Here they don't really have that, and here they don't. Like seriously as Rhode Island does. So that's the only difference, you know. There's way more games in Rhode Island, you know.
Yeah.
Rhode Island agreed to protect you, you know. No one's gonna fuck you.
I don't know, Dave. I think in the end, you're going to come out a stronger person from this. I think that you're a better person than your conduct or some of the things that are being said or you're being accused of. And, you know, it's out of character for the way I know you. You know what I'm saying? But
the cops, because that individual that jammed me up called my police and said that I was doing this under that comment. I was live on my channel, and I was like, "What are you talking about? I'm live. How am I writing a comment on somebody else's screen?" And I didn't even know it was live. You understand? So he was talking about me, and then I wanted to promote them. What came to God was great.
yeah,
you can trace my, you know, not a shooter, you know, it wasn't people who were filing charges. That's the only thing, you know.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody on DGen's channel. We appreciate y'all restreaming. Anybody's welcome to restream my content at any time. I do not strike channels. I don't care who uses my content at all. I just wanted to say hi to all y'all over at DGen's. Hi to everybody at Luna's and Stewie's when y'all replay this. Shout out to Luna the Ghost Destroyer from Mr. T, the #1 YouTube channel in the world. Day 25 is on the road to redemption. Dave 25 is on the road to redemption. Dave, I don't think the viewers know that you are a Christian. Would you let these viewers know that you're a Christian, Dave?
I got a cross in here in the rosary, and there's a black bag, yeah, 3 of them on. I was like, can I have one? And he gave me one. But yeah, I talked to a priest in here, and he told me to place that. He said, God wouldn't put you here until you for good. And he said, Satan put you here.
Well, you know, he told you Satan put you there, the priest did.
100%.
Yeah. Well, it is.
Our faith was strong.
Yeah. Well, you know, I just wanted the viewers to know that about you because, you know, a lot of people, they just think that you're just a pure all-out scumbag when it's not true. Have literally studied the Bible together, you know, and I've watched. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, Dave. I wanted to say this, that I've watched in the last year, and you've stopped using the racial slurs. You're doing better, you know, and I want you to stay on this good course, Dave. I don't want you to, whatever happens in this, don't learn from it, dude, and just learn, you know, to do better. I think we all can. I've been trying to stay off of YouTube. I haven't been on here near as much, you know. Me and Bert's got in a big argument about that. He was like, "You go live every day." Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, I ain't even, you've been live 4 or 5 times.
It's my part-time job. You know what I'm saying? With my disability, that's my part-time income. But you know, either way, when I get out, I'm homeless. You know, and I'm on a housing list in my state, and I just want to put all this aside and be free again, and get rid of these charges. This way, it don't affect my life, especially because I didn't do it, and I don't know why Upton is coming after me or whatever, Milford, or why they hate me so much. But anything I ever said was a joke, even when I mentioned, you know, the prosecuting Jew.
So who do you think made that call? Do you have an idea or a theory on it?
I know 100% who made the call, because I was on Discord with the individual off air, aside from the joke I made publicly, off air, and they said, I'm going to do this. And I knew from previous of him literally filing paperwork and recording himself, putting it in the mailbox on Talkers 56 and the guys of Ben Johnson and others, and reporting them falsely for shit to get their money taken away, that they were serious. And I said, don't do it. And I pled with him not to do it, and he still did it. But that's on him. Why should it come back on me when you could pull the fucking call on Discord of me and that fucking Steve Coat? And I said, don't do it. And I even told my cops, you know, I told this guy not to do it.
Well, you know, that goes to show you, you know, it's a fact. It's a proven fact that the 5 people that you surround yourself with and spend the most time with influence you. And I think that Steve Coat has been a very bad influence on you. And I think you need to distance yourself from him and just don't even talk to him, dude. I mean, you know, he's a waterhead anyway. So, you know, that's just my advice. Now they're saying that Duckland has been sending you money. Is that true?
No. And the thing is, I don't want anyone to send me money. It's sure it'd be nice if you know how to send it to my digital account in here, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to transfer the money onto there from Degenerate. And I can watch movies in here, like Aaron Moore, Still Film Morning Show, but I don't know how to do it from the phone.
Well,
and then there's the $7 deposit that they take on it.
So they make you put up $70. So like if you get if somebody sent you $100, you get 30, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. When you leave, I would have to just to get the check the $70 back. You know, it's a scam. This is so far from where I live. I don't understand how the justice is. When I don't even live in this state, and then, you know, if I pled out to something I didn't do, then they're trying to say that I can prove residency, and they're trying to say that I live in Massachusetts, and it's sick. It is sick, Mark. Like, I'm not from here.
Yeah, I get it. Somebody wanted to know if your car got impounded.
Yeah, my dad got it, but it was at the courthouse. You know?
Okay. Yeah. I meant to ask that earlier. This guy named Noah's Ark wanted to know if your car got impounded. So
the thing that I'm worried about is my phone service, because it's attached with my disability and attached to my YouTube. And you know, really, I don't know when all of a sudden it's done, and I check in. I'm gonna have to probably check into a shelter here where I used to live, and then I gotta call the house and say I'm a resident of this town, and then they said that they would make me priority for a place to live that I'd only be like 4 away.
oh, wow. Well, you know, the thing about it is, if you get a felony stuck on you going forward, you can't get any help like with public housing or any of those things.
Exactly. That's why I want all my name to be clear. I can do it. It's not right.
Let me ask you a question, Dave. How do you feel like? How do you think your family's handling this? I mean, your grandma's sick. Your dad, he's got a lot going on. You know,
my dad is about to die. To be honest, my dad's about to die, and I really got no one.
Why are you saying your dad's dying? Has he got something?
Yeah.
Well, don't talk about it no more. We'll talk about that off air, dude. I didn't know that. I knew your grandma was sick, but I didn't know that was why she wanted you to move out. Well, I'm sorry about that, Dave. I really am. I mean that from my heart, dude. I'm sorry that your dad's sick, and I'm sorry about your grandma.
It's tough. My dad is here, but it must be hard on him to come here over hours. It's hard on me to see my dad from what he was and to see the decline in front of you. You know?
Yeah, it's got to be hard, dude. My dad,
it's real hard.
He's getting older. He's getting up there in age. You know.
So I remember my dad when he was, you know, and it's not like this.
No. There's a good book, Dave. It's called How to Handle Adversity. It's a Christian book. I'm gonna send it. I'll probably mail it out and send it to your grandma for her to read, and you can read too.
The priest said for me to fight this, so I gotta fight this. But you understand, like, I'm already, thinking about getting out because it's the way out. But, I just pray that some way, if God wants you out, He can get you out through anything or stuff.
Oh yeah, if God wants something done, He's the ultimate mover. If God wanted you out, you'd be out right now. Trust me.
Even if the devil's got you here, like the priest said.
Yeah, the devil. Let me tell you something. The devil don't run God. That's not the way that works. Now, the devil does try to get in your life and cause you problems and everything like that, but you have to reject him and try to do what's right.
That's why there was a lot of like bad shit in that cell thing, and I just had to get out. I snapped. And I, so.
That's crazy, dude.
They were making so much alcohol, dude. How much to get out? How much to, get around and you get fucking fucked up or something like that.
Yeah.
They don't tolerate that shit.
Well, they shouldn't tolerate that anywhere. I mean, that's a serious issue. Well, do you have any closing statements that you want to make to anybody, or say hi to anybody, or?
What do you think? I believe that there's only a 5% chance there's anybody, that I can get out before June 1st.
Who told you that?
My lawyer.
Oh man. Well, all I know to do is tell you, Dave, is while you're in there, make the best out of your time. Think about what's happened in the past and try not to make the same mistakes again. You're going to be fine. Everybody makes mistakes. I don't think the whole community's, I don't know. I try to be a positive, optimistic person, but like take myself, for example, I've honestly really tried to do better and be a better person this year, but nobody sees it. They only see the bad in it.
Me too. I tried my hardest.
Well, I don't know that you tried your hardest, but I know I've seen a change in you as far as the, even talking off air with you, I've seen a change in you for the better, and I hope it stays this way. I really do.
But 2026, I haven't done that long. But right now I would be talking about the Iran war and gas prices. They're so fucking high right now. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, an American are being killed in another senseless war. That's what I want to talk about. What's going on?
Dude, it's not that. I don't have nothing personal against Nick and Jess. I don't know why you think
they're
that.
my employees. They're my employees at the end of the day. They can say whatever they true,
Yeah.
There's a difference between YouTube and real life. There's people in here for beating the fuck out of their wives and girlfriends and real shit. Drug charges.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't want you thinking that I don't like Nick and Jess, because I do like Nick and Jess. I watched Jess last night on YouTube. Me and another person, I ain't gonna tell you her name, but we would literally watch Jess last night. I think that I don't know if they're doing that for shock value or they're trying to use you for content or whatever.
That's what they're trying to do. I've been captured like Maduro, and so their boss is jammed up. That's going to be a lot on them. I talk to Nick and Jess every day. Like I haven't been able to talk to Nick and Jess. I hope Jess is okay. I hope whatever Duckling said wasn't true regarding her and having something to do with it for side. Hopefully she's okay. I don't think what he said was true, but.
Well, she looked good. I mean, she looked fine to me last night. She was doing her putting on her makeup and stuff like that. I don't know.
I heard she's in a stripping pool now. I'll have to see if I get out. I just am upset that I can be falsely accused like this. And I tried to speak up, and I wasn't allowed to talk. And I would have said, I'm not present because, I have the right job. There's a right to media, there's a right to journalism, and I believe I have that right to freedom of speech in America. And to say that you don't, because I would have the other person on too.
But I mean, you do. Hold on, mate. You do see that when you go like calling CPS and things like that, that's not freedom of speech, dude. That is.
I don't do that.
I didn't say you did. I'm just what I'm trying to say is you got to look at other people. Everybody don't know all the facts, dude. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to say. And I don't even know who this fucking Maduro person is. Who is that?
Nicholas Maduro. He's in New York. The president that Trump captured. I feel like him.
Oh my God. You're comparing. Oh my God, you're hilarious.
Dude, I'm in the Who's Cow at the same time as fucking Tyler Robinson and Luigi Maggio. It's sick.
Dude, I don't know why you're laughing about it, dude. I'll tell you, it's.
No, I just hope I get out. But I don't know. It's really not good. I was there at the arrest warrant in Texas, but he has it cleared up without him having to go there. I believe. I wish I was able to have this cleared up without even having to go there. But
this is crazy, dude. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I let you down as a friend because I tried to tell you over and over and over not to get fucking wrapped up and jammed up in this shit. I don't know.
I don't know how it's gonna happen.
I didn't know all this other stuff happened until you got in jail. I really didn't. I had no idea about that, or else I would have been up your ass about it real hard, Dave. I'd have been like, you need to get that fucking straightened out and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying?
Like what?
Like you're saying that you didn't call CPS. You should have provided proof of that. All you had to do is go get your fucking phone records. You go get your phone records and say, look, there it is. There's my phone. Where did I call them at? You see what I'm saying?
They think because I made a joke on my show that it was me, who I'm talking to. Because I said, I'm like, don't do that. I'm telling you, like, I was doing like the character, you know.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat. The chat's getting interesting. There.
Yeah.
Do you remember Dallas Galen? He's in the chat. There, people. He don't like you, Dave. He's not a fan of yours. But
he's in every show I do, you know.
No, right? Oh, Lord.
Dude, I just have my own show, dude. You know, all I ever had is my own show. That's it, you know.
So going forward,
I'm not out to harm no one, you know. And definitely, you know, I told this individual that's standing me up. The last thing I said was like, to go to a baseball game with your, you know, and once I could get jammed up, then I said some horrible shit again. But like, I was friends.
wow.
You know?
They're saying on here that you've done streams fantasizing about kids getting raped. It was that a joke? Are you doing some kind of joke?
It was about
Say it again, Dave. You broke up pretty bad. That tablet. I have a hard time believing that you called the CPS. That's just from me knowing you personally. What? Well, do you have anything to say to Tina or Albert? I mean, I understand if you have.
I got something to say to Mike and Keemstar. If they can help me in any way to get out, they can get out, you know.
So
I want, if Sirius XM can help me, you know, I don't know. I want help from anyone that is going, you know, asking each other. Okay, I'm asking for help from Alex and Sirius XM and WWE. And Keemstar and Michael Green.
So what are you going to do with the help? What do you mean by help? Do you want them to financially help you, to get you an attorney, to what how do you want
to?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a lawyer now, but if he could help me get the old lawyer I had before who's great, I wouldn't refuse, you know?
Wow. Well, I don't know. I've never tried to get a hold of either one of them. You know, maybe somebody can reach out and send them an email and let them know where you're at. You know, I don't know. I mean, stranger things have happened.
I think on my media, it's like lost cookies. That would be great. I'm not being greedy when it comes to food. There's food, you know.
Yeah.
But all I know is God will provide. Like, you know, where's this Corey 26 at? Shout out.
Shout out to Corey 26 from the Day 25 podcast. Worcester County Jail, jammed up 2025.
For anything, call anyone, any alarm or anything.
Shout out to Flutter Snatch. What's going on, Flutter? Give a shout out to Flutter Mouse. Come on, Dave.
Let's go on Flutter Mouse.
There you go.
Yes, I did push the line in 2025. So let's just see if you could get jammed up over YouTube. You know,
yeah.
But not like this. You know.
Well, I guess you've answered that question. You have found the answer to that question, right? Well, what is there anything that you feel that you have done that you can say without admitting to guilt? I mean, there really is.
Yeah, like I said. When they said I did those two things that weren't true, I repeated a lie that wasn't true. But going forward, if I was released right now, I don't want to make no lie about the whole thing. But I would like to do my show like how Strict does it, talk about current events, you know?
Well, what are you going to do if the judge says, "Hey, I'm ordering you off the internet"? Because I know personally, I know two people.
I would be right back on the same day, and they have to get me, you know.
Oh, really? Damn, that's interesting. What's up, Lord Venger's in the house? What's going on, Lord Venger? We got
I'm calling you back.
Call me right back. Call me right back. We got a lot of people coming in, Dave. A lot of people. Wow, this is interesting, y'all. This is day 25. This is coming straight from the horse's mouth. You know, now if I can get it set up, I'm going to do another stream with hopefully Courtney and Sandy and VDOT can come to it, because, you know, I never have known VDOT. I've watched him a few times on there. He seems like a good guy to me. You know, Sandy has never lied to me about anything that I've never seen Sandy lie about anything. So, you know, that's all I can tell you. Is Dave a little worm? Hell yes, he is. He's done a lot of things wrong, but, you know, I don't know. I'm just hoping that something good will come out of this, because I don't agree with the CPS and the going real life and harassing people and worrying people up over YouTube. I just don't agree with it. You know, have I been guilty of doing things, bad things in the past? Sure, I have. I've done a lot of things that I regret on here. And it's something that I have to live with. Here we go.
Recall from an incarcerated individual at Worcester County Jail. This call is subject to monitoring and recording. If you choose to speak beyond this point, anything you say may be furnished to law enforcement agencies, state and or federal prosecutors, and may be used against you in a court of law. If this is an attorney-client conversation, please hang up and dial 508-854-1800 extension 2437. Once again, the phone call is being recorded.
Yeah.
Yo, welcome back.
Yeah. I don't know how the situation is going to get some better, but
Sounds noisy in there, dude.
Yeah, too crazy, dude.
So what? Let me ask you this, Dave, and I want you to be 100% honest. What do you want to see as the outcome of this case? What would you think would be the best for everybody involved in it?
All charges dismissed. Every one's time for this to go to trial, you know?
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know that that's going to happen for you. You can pray about it, you know, but you never know. It could happen. I mean, I don't know. It's just, I was just curious what you know.
The judge was already fooled, you know, he was already playing for a fool. You're friends with Steve Coe. All right, you won't be harassed anymore. Really? I didn't know I was friends with someone earlier in the can, you know, and I'm not even friends with them. I just had him on my show as media, you know, so I don't know. It's just like lots of hearsay is being said on my game. So of course I gotta fight this dude, but I don't know. But
well, I mean, Dave, do you not remember when you told me that Steve Cody cost you $10,000?
But that it cost me more than that.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I think you need to stay the hell away from Steve Cody. Don't contact him in any kind of way. If he is in this facility you're in, don't talk to him, dude.
No.
Give a shout out to Fluttermouse. Give a shout out to Dallas. We got a shout out to Courtney. Shout out to everybody from day 25. He's coming live from Worcester County. We're trying to correct some of these rumors. Everybody has got so much to say. So, you know, it's better sometimes if you get it straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
I got something to take to Camilla about. The funniest thing is now I'm the one wearing tennis shoes.
Say it again. I don't think they heard you.
I'm the one wearing tennis shoes in here now. You know?
Well, you know, Camilo's a trash can, in my opinion. He's the one that should be in jail for, you know, all the sick shit that he sent me on my phone and stuff that he's done. And, yeah, the Jeffrey Epstein pictures with the kids and all that sick stuff he's done. You know, I don't know. He's another one I would advise you to stay far away from. But, you know, I don't know. You don't really. Sometimes you don't listen to me. Sometimes you will, and sometimes you don't, Dave. I don't know.
No, yeah. It's just because he's in the community and he wants to.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You're a podcaster. You feel like freedom of speech. But if you're slandering somebody while you're doing it, it's not really freedom of speech, dude.
Exactly. And that I am never going to do. But even though someone makes up 2 lies on me, how are you going to make that one lie back? I'm not going to play.
Yeah, I mean, that's best. If you don't engage, you can't get in trouble, bro. Always remember that. I think that's very smart of you.
Even though the state is so corrupt, do you think the truth can still come out or no? Or there's no response?
I think the truth will come out. It may take time and money, but the truth usually comes out. What's going on? We got Clean Urine Stash in the house. Give a shout out to Clean Stash. Woo! Give him a shout out right now. Day 25, straight from the Worcester County Jail. What's up, Urine Stash? That's my homeboy right there. Yeah. Now, they want to know, has David James helped you out any, Dave? Has David James helped you? That's from Fluttermouse now.
Yes, he did, but he also cost me $900, and I can't clear it up with Verizon right now.
So you're saying he did send you some money, but it went toward the power bill or the phone bill?
Well, he helped me my insurance to get that.
Clean Stash said he's been to Worcester County. It's not that bad. To keep your head up, Dave. Can you hear me?
OnlyFans model I was with for?
Yeah.
So, Anna Fortune, OnlyFans.com/Anna Fortune. When I picked her up, she had to put the in jail. And I didn't know that she was like arrested. I thought it was just her belongings. It was like blood ice, and she had a bottle of wine in her hand. That was open and drinking it, and some clothes. But I didn't know it was like a jail bag,
Yeah.
That's what she was doing,
So is she pregnant, or is that just a rumor going around?
That's the one that I was shit with, but I'm jammed up, so I will never have to pay. She has to go Memorial Day of this year just to file support.
This is sick.
In 2023, so unless she still has another year, I think this is the last year she would have a chance to do it. I'm not sure.
Well, Dave, if you're the father of the baby, don't you want to be there for him? I mean, come on.
I do, but it's not up to me. It was up to her.
No, actually, that's not true.
When the guy was there at the breakfast, getting with it. So, what is so everything right about it? That's all. So, I believe, I do, but I don't never.
Well, let me ask you this, Dave. Don't you believe that a child needs a father? Don't you think there's enough kids without their mom and dad going around now for you to go down that road,
She has trauma because her last relationship, the guy took the kid from her,
Yeah.
I think she didn't want to have it again. She just wanted the kid and then come back to take the kid away from it.
All this, everybody, y'all listen. All this is Dave's personal opinion. I don't feel one way or another about it. I don't think Dave's lying about this Savannah Fortune girl. I don't know. And just for my protection, I want to let you know that this is just Dave's opinion. This is just entertainment and education. That's what this is for, so that people can learn a lesson from this.
And I was dating this one bitch before I got locked up, and I haven't been able to let her know. If I'm in here till June 1st, it's kind of fucked up because she don't even. I guess she knows I'm in jail probably because I'm not responding back or lying. But I was like getting off.
you do need to find out if that's your child or not. And, you know, in my opinion, if it is,
but
you need to be
I'll
now.
never know. I'll never know, though, you know, unless I'll never know.
Listen, and I think I may be wrong about this, but I think you can order a paternity test if you think you're the father.
For years.
Oh, it's been longer than that.
This call is being terminated by the facility.
They terminated the call. Wow, Dave gets off on some crazy subjects, don't he? Well, I wanted to say, y'all, I appreciate everybody coming in today. I've been live for over an hour and a half. Shout out to everybody on Degen's channel. Shout out to Luna and Jerry Vollmer. Shout out to Stuart. Shout out to everybody that restreams me. God bless y'all all. I hope there's a lesson to be learned out of this. If I can, I'm going to try to set up a interview with me and VDOT, Sandy, and Courtney to hear their side of what's going on. And we'll play videos. We'll do whatever they want to do to state their case about it, you know, because there's always two sides to every story. But I just wanted to let y'all know, to show everybody that I'm not lying, that Dave, you know, does call me. Like I said, I was going through Albert, but Albert put some kind of block or something on there. And so now Dave just calls me. And it says on there when you first get the call that it's a free call. So, I mean, if I had the time to do it, I would sit and talk longer with him. But I just, you know, I don't have the time for it right now. But I'm definitely going to get this set up. And Sandy, I will be calling y'all. God bless everybody in the chat. I love you guys. I hope y'all have a good day. And with that being said, T is most definitely out. I'm going to play my outro song because I put the ooh and woo. Y'all don't ever forget it. Let's go.
Woo! Styling and profile. Service announcement. This ain't for your comfort. It's not a joke. It's not a bit. Get over yourself. I hear all of you flatter your ego. You ain't special, don't confuse it with a sequel. I'm not here to entertain your fragile pride. I'm here to press nerves you keep tucked inside. You thought it was sarcasm, cute little play. Man, every word I say, you hear laughter and think it's for fun. I'm counting weaknesses one by one. This isn't right, it's clarity. You mistake volume for authority. I don't pick sides, I pick truth. And most of you can't stand the proof. I hate you equally. No favorites, no throne, you want your spotlight. Earn it alone. I'm not your circus, I'm not your toy. I'm the stone that ruins the noise. Simple disclaimer, read it slow. If you think it's a joke, you don't know. I'm not here for your enjoyment, I'm here to disrupt your comfort zone. You want applause? Go beg the crowd. You want respect? Speak it loud. But don't mistake my silence for peace. I just wait until the mass decrease. You get offended? That's your cue. If it hits too hard, it's meant for you. I don't sugarcoat or bend the truth. I don't coddle grown up you. You're not the villain, you're not the star. You're just loud in a room that's too small. And I don't move for ego, I move for principle. Still no golden child, no sacred tale. I'm not your cousin, not your friend. I'm the mirror you can't defend. Disclaimer, posted bold and clear. If it stings, that's why it's here. Get over yourself, take a breath. I don't play nice, I play chess. Yeah. Lights on, lights on, lights on. Receipts ready. No myths, no mask, no mask. Let's work. Degenerate lost, don't matter the cost. The gin coming in, yeah, he won't be crossed. Take all the lies, let them thaw, remove frost. Cold truth burn hotter than rumors you toss. They built whole stories out of echo and spin. We pour one thread, watch the fiction cave in. This ain't clout chase, this ain't noise for the chat. This is work in the dark where the facts combat. We are Degen, protecting the net, covering lies others try to invent. This ain't a war, nah, this a mission. Degen going live with a true fed vision. We are Degen, no veil, no fence. Truth over hype, evidence sense. Mission stays clean, tension set. We are Degen, protecting the net. Check it once, check it twice. Those the claims made by mice. We seek truth, we seek evidence. We are Degen, not sitting on fences. No maybe, no heard it from him. We trace the source, then we audit the spin. If it don't hold weight, it don't get airtime. We don't build platforms out of punchlines. We are Degen, protecting the net, covering lies others try to invent. This ain't a war, nah, this a mission. Degen going live with a true fed vision. We are Degen, no smoke, no scent. Follow the trail where the data went. Standing on proof, not confidence. We are Degen, not fence sitting. Yeah, Freedom of Information Act. Ain't no lie when you operate facts. Paper don't blink, records don't cap. Timestamp truth in the digital stack. Calls doctors. Records held high when it's verified. We don't gotta guess why. No need to clip, edit, stitch or imply. When the evidence lands, fly by, fly. They talk loud, we talk source. Different energy, different force. They sell fear, we audit claims. They chase names, we chase chains. Link by link, brick by brick. Truth don't rush, but it hit precise. Every narrative stress tested clean. If it cracks, it was weak between. Yeah, we are Degen, protecting the net, covering lies others try to invent. This ain't a war, nah, this a mission. Degen going live with a true fed vision. We are Degen, facts in hand. Receipts speak louder than any rant. Stand on record, not sentiment. We are Degen, evidence men. You can take the channel, left, right, won't change truth, won't hurt the shelf. Platforms fall, data remain. Facts don't bend for fame or gain. Delete the post, strike the page. Truth migrate, survive the age. You can shadow ban, mute, suppress, but documents don't feel stress. So when the lights flip on and stories collapse, remember who waited and followed the facts. Not heroes, not villains, just eyes on the thread. Pull it slow till the lie lay dead. Degenerate lost, mission intact. Truth don't flex, it just state the fact. No crown worn, no victory lap, just clarity cut from a data stack. This ain't drama, this ain't beef. This is patience sharpened into belief. Degenerate lost, signal clear. Truth stay loud when the noise disappear. We are Degen. We are Degen. We are Degen.